Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to watch Andrew Tate emergency meeting together. This is very important meeting because there is a lot of learning in this meeting. Just look at my register. Just look at my notebook. I have captured this much of knowledge from this video. So as an Englishman, think about yourself. How much knowledge you are going to capture from this video if you just keep watching this video till the end. So we are going to capture few points. People only care about winners. People don't give a shit about loser. Get rich because wealth give you power. Stop watching Bitcoin videos and take action. Bitcoin is a lazy man dream. If you are rich, you can do anything you want. Don't sit on hope and do work. Nobody is coming to save you. Get rich, ignore the noise. So without wasting any time, let's start our video.
One of the most famous men alive, tall, gorgeous, handsome. And it's go time. And we're going to talk about why it's go time right now and the trap many of you have fallen into since Trump's victory. Because Trump's victory has laid the ground for a very easy trap that I've seen many of you fall into. And we're going to discuss that, and we're going to discuss how it's come to a head in the last few days on Twitter. Any of you have been following that drama, and how you should act and what you should do, because it is our goal to perma-win. And we win by our very existence. As a man, you win by your very existence. I can do something as simple as put on a Santa hat and lift weights. And millions of people around the world will share it. Some will hate on me and attack me for training as if exercise is bad. Some will be motivated by it. I can do the mundane and capture the entire world's attention. That is the difference between a winner and a loser. A winner can breathe and people will have an opinion about it. A loser is trying very hard to be relevant. And it is your job as my fan to win as much as possible. And I'm going to make sure none of you are falling for a very obvious and simple trap. And that trap is the false idea of work and believing that anybody out there gives a shit about you as opposed to themselves. Because they don't. You know, there are people who may be aligned with you, who may want to do certain things that you agree with to benefit them and you. But there are very few people who want to self-detriment to benefit you alone. And I've seen this trap since Trump has won, because we now have the Rebel Alliance and all of its individualism, because it was individualists which were anti-left in the first place, starting to highlight the differences in the mentalities. You see this across all rebel alliances when they're fighting an oppressive regime. They're unified in their hatred and their disgust for the regime as a whole. But once they win, they then turn on each other because they realize they had nothing in common besides the dislike of the regime. And we have that now in the right. Some people on the right wing are fervently pro-Israel. Some are fervently anti-Israel. Some are fervently pro-migration. Some are anti-migration. All together, we agreed that the left had lost their minds. We all agreed that we didn't want our sons to have their dicks chopped off. But once that battle was won, we are now starting to infight. And there's been a huge battle on Twitter these last few days about these H-1B1 visas. And I want to give you guys the intellectual approach to these things. You know, life is actually very simple because it's a one-move win. Imagine no matter what scenario you're in, you only had to do one thing. Imagine boxing, and no matter what attack he threw at you, no matter how big and strong he was, no matter how tired you were, you didn't have to do any fancy combination. You didn't have to do any kind of clever footwork. You only had to do one move, and you instantly and endlessly, 100% of the time, won. And life is the same. And that thing is get rich. You know, whenever I see an argument online about anything, my instant response is, thank God I'm rich. And if I am emotionally vested in that argument, if I am looking at that argument and believe the outcome genuinely matters and can affect my life, I'm only more motivated to get rich. If I look at an argument and say, I really care about this, time to get rich. Why? Well, there's two reasons. Reason one is that wealth gives you power and allows you to move the needle. Because most of you are not rich enough to move the needle in any significant way. And two, wealth also gives you the ability to build your own reality. If you decided you wanted to live life amongst people with yellow hair only, or blue hair only, you have two choices. You can rage post on Twitter and try and inspire a politician to pass a law that only allows blue-haired people to live around you, even though it would not be in his own personal interest, which is basically impossible, or you can get rich enough to just only exist and only be around blue-haired people. Which of those two things is a more clever use of your time and energy? Because this is the work trap we find ourselves falling into ever since Trump's victory. You believe Trump is coming to save you. You believe that the government is going to save you. You believe everything's going to be okay. You believe that rage posting on Twitter is somehow work and you're somehow affecting things, when truthfully, you are wasting your time. Focusing all that energy on getting as rich as possible is more likely to change your experience than rage posting. And you know this, but what you're trying to do is satisfy the part of your soul which is telling you you have to work and you have to resist enslavement. The easiest place to see this is with Bitcoin. Everyone loves Bitcoin. Everybody believes in Bitcoin. Federal Reserve, they print too much money. Bitcoin's going to the moon. I get it. But why are you watching videos about Bitcoin and researching Bitcoin instead of earning money to buy more Bitcoin? It's binary. You either believe in Bitcoin or you don't. And if you do believe in Bitcoin, the most prudent and intelligent spend of your time is to work as hard as possible to acquire as much as possible before the price becomes prohibitive. To sit there with 0.3 Bitcoin, to believe that Bitcoin's going to go up, and then to watch Bitcoin videos and watch Hopium and research how the blockchain works with no intention of actually programming the blockchain in any way is a mistake. And it is a trick and a trap you are falling for, because you believe by doing that, you are somehow working towards the end goal. And you're not. You're attracted to Bitcoin because you can buy and forget. The reason Bitcoin's so attractive to people isn't because of the Federal Reserve. Nobody gives a shit about the Fed and inflation if they were rich. You wouldn't be upset by the Fed, inflation, interest rates, fiat currency. None of those things would bother you at all if you were as rich as me. I don't give a shit because I'm rich. You give a shit because you're not. So you're sitting there researching Bitcoin and you think that you're interested in Bitcoin because you are furious at the Federal Reserve. That's all bullshit. You love Bitcoin because it's offering you the lazy man's dream. Buy some of me and do nothing. It is the dream of every person alive to park some money, ignore it, and with no work have more money, because that's nearly impossible to do. If you want to start a rental property portfolio, you have to work. There's taxes, there's legal, there's cleaning, there's maintenance, there's finding tenants, there's work. Bitcoin is very lazy. So you buy it, you do nothing, and you're told you're going to be a millionaire one day. That satisfies part of your heart. That's a perfect scenario. But then you have this time on your hands. And you're sitting there thinking, well, Bitcoin's going to make me a millionaire, and I want it to happen now. So what do? What you start doing is reading about Bitcoin, tweeting about Bitcoin, posting about Bitcoin, watching all the Hopium, looking up random YouTubers for their Bitcoin predictions, listening to Michael Saylor. All of these things you are doing because you are trying to expedite. You're trying to speed up the pace at which Bitcoin saves you from your miserable life. But it is a mistake, because doing all of that doesn't change anything. I know you could argue that the collective energy of enough people understanding Bitcoin and tweeting about it moves the needle. That is true. But if I were to say to you, spend the next 100 hours reading and watching Bitcoin videos, or the next 100 hours working, earning money, and buying Bitcoin, which one do you think would put you in a position where you could retire sooner? It would be from working and purchasing, but you're trying to avoid the work. This is so important, guys, that you find yourself in these political arguments, you find yourself watching Bitcoin videos, you find yourself locking in to do absolutely unproductive things, because the only thing that's productive in all scenarios is earning money. So when I see this argument on Twitter about H1B1, I sit there and think, thank God I'm rich. It's very easy to live in America and only see white people if you're rich. It's also very easy to live in America and only see black people if you're rich. You can do whatever you want if you're rich. If you're not, you're in a far more difficult position. And the great thing about this mindset is most people don't have it. It is important that people tweet about Bitcoin. It is important that people complain about certain things online and make it clear that they're unhappy with how their politicians plan to run the country. But if you bow down and you get rich, the rest will do it for you. It's fine. Let them do the heavy lifting. Let them sit there and rage post and get mad and lose sleep and watch videos and do all that crap while you stack cash. And I guarantee you, that's how you're going to win. And I only care how my fans win. So after I decided Bitcoin was a thing, I've never watched a video on it again. I've decided Bitcoin's going to the moon. That's my decision. I now have no interest in Bitcoin podcasts. I have no interest in Bitcoin predictions. I have no interest. I spend my time making money to buy Bitcoin or something else. Once Trump won, now everyone's sitting there asking Trump to fix their problems, their very specific problems. And the Rebel Alliance, the right, was a band of individualists which all had very different views and hopes. So they're not going to fix all your problems. Nobody is coming to save you. Nothing's going to be better in 2025. Get rid of this. Bitcoin's going to $1 trillion. My 0.1 Bitcoin is enough because I found a podcast that says that. I watch more and more podcasts that say 0.1 Bitcoin will be enough because I don't have more than 0.1 Bitcoin. And Trump and Elon are going to save me and everything's fine. Let me just rage post on Twitter and wait for Bitcoin to go up. That is a mistake. If those podcasts saying 0.1 Bitcoin is enough are accurate, if they are, which is debatable, because I don't think they are, then you should still be trying.
Sorry for disturbing you between the video. If you don't want to listen to my commentary and my voice, you can skip 3 to 5 minutes and watch the pending video. So in this video, we are learning people only care about winners. What that means. So people only want something from you. They will talk to you, they will be your friends, or they will talk sweetly to you only because if they want something. So we can't expect something from losers. People and all the girls, all they care about winners. Nobody gives a shit, nobody gives a damn about loser. I have never seen a beautiful girl standing beside the loser. Because nobody gives a shit about loser, and the best move we can pull is to become a winner. The best move we can, if we want something, if we want girls, if we, for example, if we want girls, for example, if we want houses, for example, if we want networking, the best move we can pull is to become a winner. Stop sitting on hopes and do the work. Become a winner. And if you become winner, you can have anything you want. Girls, all these networking, brotherhood, everything, including all this money shit. Respect. So the best move we are going to pull is to become a winner, because all the people are going to give a shit about losers or about winners, and nobody care about losers. So the best move we can pull is to become a winner. Lock in, bro, lock in. This shit is serious. Lock in. And the other point is get rich. Importance of being rich. We are going to learn today importance of being rich. So when you are rich, you can do anything you want. For example, I'm sitting in a third world company, and if I was rich, if I get $100 million right now, or so let not talk about $100 million. If I get $2 million right now, the first thing I'm going to do is to move out from this country. I will be in Australia and by in Russia, maybe in America, but I'm not living in this country anymore. If I get rich, I'm getting rich. The main goal of getting rich is to get out of this country. So you can do anything if you are rich. So you have to learn the importance of being rich. Get rich, ignore the noise. And the other thing is wealth gives you power. So Andrew Tate already explained, if you are wealthy rich, you have the power to do anything. And he also gives the example. You already know about the example, so let not repeat that example. But you have to understand, wealth gives you power. You can do anything you want. Wealth is everything. Wealth is everything, bro. I don't know how to explain that, but you have to understand this thing. Money is important, so you have to do work and stop sitting on other people. Nobody's coming to save you. The other thing is people we are going to talk about is about Bitcoin. A lot of people are sitting on Bitcoin. They all talk about Bitcoin will go up, Bitcoin will go to the moon, let's invest 0.01 Bitcoin, we have 0.02 Bitcoin. So they all
trying to earn more so you have 0.2 Bitcoin as opposed to watching those podcasts for hopium. I ask a lot of people what they're doing. They say, locking in, bro. And their version of locking in is just dumb shit. Watching podcasts for hope, rage posting on Twitter for hope. It is best for you to assume that you're fucked. It's best for you to assume that Trump and Elon are not going to do any of the things you want them to do, no matter how much you tweet at them. It is best for you to assume that Bitcoin is still going to be around the same price 10 years from now. It is best for you to assume that the prices will continue to spiral out of control, that the crime and the drugs will continue to spiral out of control. That is the best mental model for you to have. Because in that scenario, under that mental model, I can say to you, what the fuck are you going to do about it? And the only answer is work. Hope can destroy you. You're at the bottom of a well, and to save your manicure, you're praying someone's going to throw a rope down or a ladder because you don't want to scale the slimy walls and crawl out to salvation because of how difficult it's going to be. And you're sitting at the bottom thinking, a ladder's coming soon. I heard this rumor of this guy who has a ladder and he randomly puts it down wells. And maybe he'll choose my one. So if I just sit around and wait, that is the wrong mentality. It will soon be nightfall. You will freeze. It will begin to rain and you will drown. You don't have time. If the man with the ladder is coming, then you're good anyway. If Trump and Elon fix the country, you're good. If Bitcoin goes to 10 million and your 0.1 finally becomes worth something, you're good. If the ladder comes down the well when you're halfway up the wall, you're great. But you should begin to climb anyway. It is win-win. The only thing stopping you is the trap of believing you're doing something by praying for the ladder man and laziness. It is amazing how people were motivated under Kamala because they understood that an oppressive regime was out with the intention of enslaving the modern man. And then Trump won, and they let their foot off the gas. They're like, it's okay now. They're not going to make us slaves anymore. Now Elon talks about visas. Why are people so mad at him? Why has there been such a visceral reaction? I'll tell you why. Because he's reminding all of you that this is a brutal dog-eat-dog world. And that those who can do the job the best for the lowest pay are the ones who will have the jobs. And nobody's coming to save you. Your hopium that you are enjoying, your dreams of Trump's back in charge, economy's going to be back, we'll all be rich, Bitcoin's going to... All that shit was shattered when he made it clear to you that an Indian will do your job for half the fucking money. And now you're pissed. Why am I not pissed? Well, because I have money. You can talk about the demographic change of the United States. A valid argument. Agreed. But what puts you in a better position? Sitting there with 400 followers tweeting into the void, or working as hard as possible to get as rich as possible? What puts you in a better position? Which is a better chess move? Because you only have one turn. You move the knight or you move the bishop. Which one are you going to choose? You can't move both. And if you want to win the game, although there may be merit to both, you have to choose the one which is most beneficial to your position as a whole. And that's the beautiful thing about life, because the answer is nearly always the fucking same. Get rich, ignore the noise. Buckle down, ignore the noise. Lock in, focus, do important shit, ignore the noise. And make sure you're doing things that actually matter. Because there's a huge work trap that's been set up. You're not working as hard as you think you are if you're watching podcasts which are giving you hope that you've already done enough work. That's what you're doing. You're hoping someone is going to say to you that you've already done enough and that 0.1 Bitcoin is fine and Trump is going to fix it all and it's all fine. Nothing is fine. You need to crawl out of that well with your fingernails. You need to scratch your face on hard stone. You need to get out of there like a man. Even if the ladder comes. After you climbed out of the well, you bought yourself time. Now you're ahead of the game. Yes, you could have waited and had an easier way out. But think of how much time you saved by crawling out before the ladder man got round to you. This is extremely important. It's extremely important. I'm not going to comment on the Elon drama. I'm not going to comment on it because it's very emotionally charged. And I understand why people are upset. However, I do think, and I will make this clear, it is insane how quickly people forget what Elon did for us. Whether you agree with him or not. How quickly people have turned their backs on him and forgotten what he did to break the censorship matrix. And
this video is and we have a lot of learning, a lot of points here. So let's discuss points. If you want to go, you can go, and if you want to listen to my commentary, you can stay. So the message of the emergency meeting is to get rich, ignore the noise. Log in, ignore the noise. So you have to, what that means is you have to log in. You have to stop making excuses like my phone is full of memory and I don't have any space to record videos. My phone got lag when I open CapCut, and I have no background, no model face, just like, let me show you. I have no lights. I only have this laptop light, laptop brightness, so that's why there is light. If I lower the brightness, if I lower the brightness of the laptop, I will become a black nigga. Let me show you guys. Wait a second. So this is how I become without lightning. I use laptop light because I don't have any other light, and I don't have mic and my voice, and another thing, the main thing, my accent is so bad, but still I'm making videos with face. I don't care about what people think. So you have to do the same thing. No excuses, just go to the work, because getting rich is much more important than people's opinion. Getting rich is much more important than what other people think, because whatever you do, no matter whatever you do, people are going to laugh at you. When I start trading, it's been 3 years I'm in trading. So when I start trading, my close friends laugh at me. Oh, ha ha ha, he took a loss, ha ha ha. Some people still laugh at me. Wow, such a loser. But I'm still locked in. I'm trying again and again. I'm trying again and again to get successful. Last month, I get a payout of $100. So, what's the message I'm giving you? Is to, if you try again and again, again and again. So, my first firm payout is is approved after. Sorry for this. I have a throat problem. That's why. So, my first payout came after 3 months. 3 years of hard work. I tried again and again, and at the end of the day, I win. So you have to do the same thing. Lock in and shut up every distraction. No matter it's girls, no matter it's anything, it's video games, no matter it's anything. You have to stop distractions. Fuck off distractions. I'm gonna lock in. You gonna lock in. We both gonna lock in and get rich, because getting rich is much more important than anything. For example, if you get rich, you will have everything: yachts, cars, houses, parents, love, girls, and respect, brotherhood, everything, because you are a winner. You will become a winner, and everyone wants a winner. Everyone care about winners. Nobody gives a damn about loser. So all you have to do, lock in, and all you have to do is to win. Just try. Stop caring about winning. Stop caring about losing. Just try. And at the end of the day, I promise to you, at the end of the day, you gonna win. At the end of the day, I gonna win. We both gonna win together at the end of the day. And nobody is coming to save you, guys. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your family, not your friends, not your girlfriends. You are alone. Nobody is going to give a damn about you. You are alone, and you have to do it alone. But if you have brothers who help you in bad times, it's good. Brotherhood is important. But actually, you have to think about it, that like nobody gives a damn about me. I know I'm alone. That's why I'm doing all the hustles, all the things to make money. Maybe that this YouTube channel will not work out, but I made another YouTube channel. Maybe that work out. Maybe that also fail. I make another YouTube channel. So I have to try again, and again until I win. That's the spirit you want, guys. And don't sit on hopes that he will help him. My friend is working hard for. When your friend win, he will forget you. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know what type of friends you have, but you have your friend does not care about you, bro. Don't sit on anyone's hope, and do work. Don't sit on Bitcoin. Don't sit on Trump's hope that Trump's gonna win. Trump is good. Trump is that. Trump is in power and we are going to win. Trump say that. Trump will do it, and I will go long on Bitcoin and I will win. That's never gonna happen. Maybe that can happen. I don't know the future, but I will way. I don't know what you think about Trump, but I will way much money in trading because of Trump. I'm not blaming him, but actually I lose way too much money because of Trump. This war, that war, trading is shit, man. Whole price action. And if you are rich, so we are studying, we are discussing the benefits of being rich. If you are rich, you can do anything you want. I already gave you the example in my previous video that if I was rich, the first move I will pull is to get out of this country, is to move out of this country because I don't uh, like this country, to be honest. And thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope we all get successful in life, and bye bye.